This is going to be a short video for business owners. I don't do lots of videos for business owners, even though half of my clients are. So I want to talk a little bit about what I refer to colloquially as it's not a fish until it's in the net, which means we don't want to get excited about a potential client or potential revenue until it's in. Keep watching and I'll tell you why this is important to keep this fact straight in our minds and what we can do to make sure that we do. Hi, my name is Shawn Sommerkamp, and this is Motivationeer Christian Coaching. I post 2 videos a week, so please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can be reminded when I do. Please also consider becoming a member at Motivationeer.com. Your membership really supports this channel. Thank you. Okay, I want to give a quick shout out to my brother-in-law, Joe Scarano, who is an avid fly fisherman, loves it. Doesn't live for it, he lives for his 5 kids, but boy, he sure does love it. He always says this to me, it's not a fish until it's in the net. I think it's profound, whether he came up with it or not. If he did, very cool. But for us as business owners, it's an important trait to realize and understand. If we get into the habit of getting excited about potential clients before the contract is signed and the revenue is in, we end up communicating to them very subtly that they're just a number, that they're not really that important, that we're moving on to the next thing, the next client, before really giving them the attention that they deserve and will ultimately pay for. What's funny is why this happens. It happens because we get really good at what we do as business owners, and we start to see the apparent signs that a client is going to ultimately hire us. So when they get to a certain point in that buyer process, we start thinking, oh, like all the other clients, they're going to obviously become a client. And then a little bit of excitement in us kind of moves on to the next thing, and we forget about them, really. This used to happen to me all the time in the corporate world when I was forecasting revenue while working for GE or HID. I got so excited about these customers that I just knew were going to buy our services, and I'd put them in my forecast as certainties. And then when the end of the quarter came and we missed our number, which happens sometimes, I looked back and I realized, man, I was counting them as a fish before they were really in the boat. I was basically saying, hey, fish, get in the boat. I know you're going to be in the boat. Let's just keep the boat going. And then the fish would never make it into the boat. I did another video on my channel called How to Avoid Moby Dick Syndrome, which is a great companion to this concept. In that video, please go back and watch it. I talk about pursuing this big white whale at the expense of all the others. This is a very, very similar concept. And we see this illustrated, I think, brilliantly, although I'm not so sure you're going to agree with me on this, in something that happened with Jesus and the 72 disciples that he sent out. There was a time, I think it's somewhere between Luke 9 and 11, I actually forget now, but he sends out the 72 town to town to preach the gospel, really to start getting trained for his eventual departure so that they could spread the news across the world. When they got back, they were really excited about how the demons were submitting to them. They were healing people, the sick and the deaf and the blind, and they were telling Jesus how excited they were about this. And Jesus said, don't rejoice that these things are happening. Rejoice that your names are written in heaven. Basically, he was calling them to focus on the most important thing. I know this is kind of a stretch, but it makes sense in my mind at least. This is a beautiful parallel for us as business owners. Let's rejoice only after the client has said, yep, I want to work with you. They've signed the contract, they've started their payment plan, or they've paid you completely, and you've started delivering services to them. If we rejoice prematurely, the fish is never ever going to make it really into the boat. The opportunity is going to pass us by, and we're going to develop habits that ultimately communicate to our clients they're really just a number and aren't that important to us. And of course, if they weren't our customers, we wouldn't be in business. Let's not count it a fish until it's actually in the net. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for 2 new videos each week. Tell me in the comments below about your career situation, and I'll make a video for you with a shout out. You can also become a member at Motivationeer.com. Your career is not just a way to make a living, it's a way to transform the world.